Hey guys, it's Davina again. So my last video I talked about my own spiritual awakening, and I want to talk about the steps or kind of the journey of spiritual awakening. Um, I have, done my own research and I've seen, there could be this many steps, that many steps. I don't really know that anyone really knows for sure, but I'll kind of summarize like what resonated with me. So the few steps that I've seen are obviously there's the wake up. When you finally are at a point in your life where the lights come on and you finally realize what you are living is not real. This is not the real world that you think it is. And sometimes it could have been after something traumatic happens to you. It could be a sudden thing or it could be a gradual thing. I have heard and researched both, where some people it was like, they could be in the hospital and right then and there the doctor told them, hey, you only have like a couple months to live, and then bam, they like woke up. Other people it's more of a gradual thing. I think my own personal one, it was more of a gradual thing where just like one day I was just like, we are living in the matrix. Like, this is the matrix. This is not real. So there's the wake up. Like I said, it could be spontaneously happen or it could be a gradual thing. So it's whatever resonates with you. Then after you have that could last however long it lasts for you. Then you go into the state of bliss and like pure joy and love. And you almost feel like what it feels to be in the other dimensions. You feel that love and whole and complete, and like you're living on cloud nine, and there's so much joy and love in your heart that you feel like your heart is about to burst. Like you just go outside and you're just like, oh my gosh, the ground, the trees, the insects, like everything. It's almost like you're living in a magical world for a little bit. Like literally everything like lights you on fire, and you're so high that you don't even know how anyone else is not where you are. And you're like, what is wrong with these people? Why are they talking about stupid stuff and the news and war? Like, why can't they see what I see? And you like try to bring people up to your level, and it won't happen. So that period doesn't last forever, unfortunately. Like when you're in that phase, you think that it's going to last forever. You want it to last forever, but the realization is that it doesn't. So then you're kind of let down and you kind of go into like this more difficult, dark area where you're kind of like, oh, like I don't even want to be going through a spiritual awakening. What happened? Like I thought I was going to stay in that high place for forever. And it's almost like a roller coaster ride, because now you're back down, and where before you were seeing signs and numbers. So I did have ringing in the ears. I was seeing numbers a lot, where I was seeing 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 1111. I was seeing those nonstop for like over a year. And then eventually they just stopped. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what does this mean? Does this mean I'm off my path? Like what is going on here? What is happening? And I kind of got into a dark spell, but that's part of the journey. That's all part of it. That part is followed kind of by like this part where you're almost regaining your strength again. It's almost like a rest period, like a rest stage, where you kind of have to like step back and regain your energy. And somebody I watched, they kind of called it as like you're cocooning, almost like a caterpillar. And the signs will have stopped. You're kind of just meant to rest, but your spirit guides and everyone are still there. You can still access them, but this is more of a rest time where you're cocooning. And you do kind of feel like there's a disconnect, and that's all part of it. And then the next phase would be where you start to become more stable. This is where your signs could start coming back. You start to become more powerful. The cocoon could start to like bust off, and you're starting to awaken to your true potential, your true power. And then the last step that I've heard about or read about is kind of where you're there. You're on your purpose. you have your mission in life and you're going after it, and you have connected with the divine source, and you become a more powerful manifester, and the things that you want happen quicker. So I don't know if any of this is true or legit. I do know that the stages, you can go through them. It doesn't have to happen in that exact order that I gave you. You could be in a few stages at the same time, and you can go in them in any order. But I have experienced a few of them myself. I'm not really sure. I kind of have an idea of what stage I'm in right now, but I would be curious to know what you guys think, or what stage you're in, or if you've gone through this, because I'm still fairly new. I'm still kind of young in all of it, but I'm learning, and I am loving this journey, and I find it so intriguing, and I just want to share and see what everybody else's experiences are. So I know I haven't hit the last one yet, but I think that's what's coming. So I'm hopeful and optimistic about everything. So I would just love to hear your stories as well. There is great love here for you. With love and gratitude, Davina.